Hi, it's Tamika, a new me, 1109, and I wanted to stop in real quickly to actually do a video blog where I'm talking. I know I shared with everybody a couple of days ago that I did meet my initial goal weight that I set forth of 170 pounds when I first started this weight loss process. So I am 168 pounds, so I surpassed my initial goal by 2 pounds, and I really don't believe my body is done just yet. Nor do I think I want it to be, simply because I'm still in an overweight BMI. I need to be about 155 in order for my BMI to be that of a normal category. So I believe I will continue to see what happens, and anything under 170 at this point is not so unrealistic to me. When I was 288 pounds, anything under 170 seemed like it would be unattainable, and that's probably why I stopped at 170. So we'll see how it goes, but I am officially saying that I met my goal. Now, let's see, a couple things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. I had a coaching session with a fellow Lapbander yesterday, and at the end of the coaching session, I asked her for the gold nugget. So what is one thing that stood out to her the most? What is one important thing that she would walk away with? And that was planning. And she said, I hear you saying that I need to plan over and over again, and that planning is so important. Planning is key. And so I say to everybody out there who's watching my videos, she's right. Planning is important. It has been the make or break me throughout my journey. And so when I am in situations where I'm not planning, I've not gone to the store and properly planned out what's in my kitchen for me to eat, what I'm going to eat, or times when I haven't prepared food and measured it out and stored it in the freezer so that I can have something to grab for, that has been times where my journey has been the most difficult. And so I can say from experience, and not just because a dietitian or my surgeon or somebody else might have told me that I need to plan, I can officially say from experience that when I am planning things out, things work a lot better for me. Now, let me move on to the next thing. I was watching videos, and earlier this week, Melanie Sky Moon 1982 posted a video, and she was talking about relationships and how weight loss surgery can affect relationships. But she said something in that video that really stood out for me. And she said, expect the unexpected. And as soon as she said that, I was like, you know what? She's right. Because never did I think, after I had Lapband surgery back in November of last year, that I would end up being diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And so that has tremendously impacted my journey. However, I can say this. I initially started having some real MS symptoms December of last year. So that means 1 month post-op from having my surgery, I started having some numbness and tingling in my right hand, coming up my arm to my neck to the right side of my scalp. All of that happened 1 month after having surgery. I was feeling really sluggish, really tired, really weak when it was time for me to exercise and things like that. And I didn't necessarily understand what was going on with my body. So this leads me into a question I'm asked quite often, and that is, what kind of exercises do you do? How often do you do it, etc. And so I can look in this camera right now and say that I am not your expert exercise guru when it comes to weight loss surgery. That's not my thing. A lot of that is because physically, when I am in an MS outbreak situation, it's hard for me to balance on my feet. It's hard for me to take steps sometimes without being unbalanced and falling. my energy level and fatigue. My fatigue is very high. My energy level is very low. All the things that could potentially stop a person from exercising, I pretty much experience when your traditional exercise, when I'm having an MS outbreak. So, did I expect that? No. Is there anything that I can control as far as the rest of my journey is concerned? Absolutely. And so what I do is, when I'm in those situations, and the reason why I've still been able to lose weight is because the things that I can control, I control. So what I'm putting in my mouth on a regular basis, I have control over that. What I'm buying when I'm in the grocery store, I have control over that. What I'm cooking in the kitchen or when I go out to eat, I have control over what I'm picking. And so, you know, I may not be able to do as much exercise as I want to. And I'm quite sure there's some people out there who might have some other either similar medical conditions or some other things going on with you, whether it be back issues or knee problems or feet or whatever. I know that some of you guys are out there, and my message to you is you can continue to be successful if you focus on the things that you can control. And when you are able to exercise, exercise. When you're able to move your body, move it. I like to go out and shop, and so, you know, I'll park at a distance. If I'm going to a mall, I'll make sure that I walk around the mall a little longer, and I'm not just walking at a snail's pace. I make sure that I pick it up a little bit. I make sure that I get myself out as much as possible to incorporate movement into my life. So, you know, back to the expect the unexpected. You know, I wasn't expecting all of that. I wasn't expecting that at all. And I can say to you, you know, I've said before, I'm a recovering emotional eater. I got to be 288 pounds because I ate through my emotions, good, bad, and everything in between. And so I know my tendency. And so when I'm in an emotional tight spot or in a very happy spot, I have to make sure that I'm not rewarding myself or medicating myself in any way with food. I have to make sure that I'm staying on plan. So those are things that I can control. You know, the eating 3 meals a day, no snacking, no grazing, eating my protein first, eating good quality food, you know, all of those types of things, making sure that I get my liquids in, making sure that I'm drinking low calorie drinks. I have control over that. And so I can make sure that I'm in the front of all of those things and not behind it, and then saying, oh my goodness, everything's falling apart and nothing's happening. Control what you can control is the point, is the bottom line, and that's what I'm saying right now. Do I stumble? Yes, I do. And I did want to share something with you guys, because I realized that when I fess up and when I talk about things on YouTube throughout my journey, when I've communicated it, as soon as I do, then I'm now held accountable to making sure that I don't do whatever it is that I'm talking about I don't want to do anymore. So let me tell you what has become my, what was, because I'm breaking up with it, what became my best friend at some point, one of my very close friends. Sun chips. Now let me tell you what happened with me and these sun chips. When I look on the back, the nutritional facts, it says that there's 5 grams of protein in sun chips, 5 grams of fiber. Those are all good things, right? And 280 calories. And this bag is a 2-ounce bag. And I'm able to eat the bag and without any problems. It goes down, and like other people, you know, the stuff that we're not supposed to be eating, I can eat. And then when I go to sit down and try to eat a whole bunch of chicken, I can't. So I had justified that this 280 calorie bag of sun chips was okay. It had some fiber in it. It had some protein in it. And after all, it says on here that it's you know, it's multi-grain, it's great tasting, it's whole grains, and there's a bag, one of these bags, I'm going to show you something else, that says something about it's 20% less fat than regular potato chips. So now, you know I love Jesus. I'm a Jesus girl. I'm a God's chick. And so one of the things that we say over there in Christendom is sin will take you further than you want it to take you, and it'll keep you longer than you intended on being there. So I liken that sort of quote and logic to what happened with me and these Sun Chips. So here I am with the regular bag of Sun Chips. I had justified that this was okay. It was okay for me to eat it. It was only 280 calories. And so I had gone a little far. Now, Sun Chips isn't sin, but you know, just making a little comparison here. Then let me tell you what I started eating last week. The grab bag of Sun Chips. Why? Because this took me off track, and I had justified that it would be okay for me to eat a little bit more. And can you believe this was 2 ounces, 2 3/4 ounce, which, I don't know, 77 grams in this bag and 56 grams in the smaller bag. But now when you look at this bag, an entire bag is 390 calories. 7 grams of protein, 7 grams of sugar, 18 grams of fat. So all of that, you know, logic and mind games and tricks that I was playing on myself about, well, it has protein in it, and it has low sugar, it has fiber, and it's only, you know, a couple hundred calories, it's okay, will take me deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole, and it will be back me, okay, well, if I can eat the Sun Chips and it's okay, oh, maybe let me just get a bag of Lay's Classics. And I'll be so far gone. And so for me, the important thing is, and one thing that I like to ask people a lot is, when you get off track, when we make these venting videos, when we make these videos when we're so upset with ourselves, what did you learn? Bottom line is, what did you learn when you were in that valley? And then when you come back to your senses, make sure that whatever information you bring out of that hole, you keep with you and you apply it to your life moving forward. So I know that it's not okay for me to eat a 2-ounce bag of Sun Chips and think that it's okay. Because again, back to the rules, 3 meals a day, 3 solid meals a day, no snacking, no grazing. I'm not supposed to snack. So, you know, am I counting that as a meal? No, because then I'm not going to have my protein, my good solid protein, enough protein to count, to make sure that I'm getting between the 65 and 80 or so grams of protein a day that I'm supposed to have, so that I can keep my hair. Anyway, you know, I just wanted to sort of take you on a little side journey and let you know that we all, you know, encounter bumps along this journey. And, you know, again, the key thing is, if we're planning, if we're sticking to the rules, if we are catching ourselves when we get off track and quickly getting back on track, then we'll learn, we'll grow, and we'll keep being successful. So again, I just wanted to stop by and share a couple things that were on my heart. I know that I didn't talk in my 9-month update. There were just pictures there and just sort of a snapshot of my journey up until this point. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed to me, and for all of the new subscribers, I appreciate your comments, and I try to always get back to you. And as always, you know, if you have any questions for me, please feel free to send me a PM, and I will get back to you. Either answer your question or make a video or something. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Anyway, I can go on forever, so I'll let you guys go now. Talk to you later. Bye.